You'll see.
With Black Ops 6, we're taking players to a new but familiar era, the early 90s. In true signature Black Ops fashion, our story builds on real history, thrusting players into a conspiracy where a shadowy force has infiltrated the highest levels of the US government, branding anyone who resists as traitors and forcing players to go rogue.
Oh yeah, the campaign's gonna be great,
fight the very machine
but also multiplayer I think is gonna be sick.
The team has been
I wish we knew a little bit more about zombies, but
of this game to
Treyarch's not
deliver the
gonna
fun and
miss.
attitude players expect from the Black Ops franchise.
Oh, it's not
Multiplayer is
clunky.
of course here and brings the Black Ops style and provides a playground for the brand new Omni movement system. New way to push beyond your limits and move like an action hero. You'll see a sneak peek of that later today.
So broken.
Round-based zombies is absolutely back,
Fun.
better than ever, and you can be sure it's full of surprises. With that, let's step into the mind-bending campaign experience we've been crafting with our partners at Raven.
Ha! If you think MW 2019 was fluid, you're gonna be hype.
No turning back now.
So this is just the mission chat. And then we'll get into other multiplayer
Every
stuff.
Call of Duty player has a favorite campaign mission. When we set out to make Black Ops 6, we were focused on delivering missions so iconic that they stick in your memory long after. We are bringing that action-packed blockbuster feel to every step of the narrative. We are giving you more variety, more dynamic moment-to-moment gameplay, and more options to finish each mission.
We can do this loud or quiet.
The game is packed with unexpected moments of Black Ops mystery. It's a high-octane spy thriller where you're never sure who to trust and what's real. And it's all set against the backdrop of the early 90s.
Yeah, bro's an
The
idiot.
Soviet Union was crumbling after the fall of the Berlin Wall and the end of the Cold War. The US is the only remaining superpower. The Gulf War was dominating headlines everywhere, and there was a growing mistrust in government, reflected everywhere.
There's no such thing
across
as the
music,
same engine. They all use the
television,
same engine.
and pop culture of the time. When we talk about the Black Ops timeline, Black Ops 6 comes after the events of the Cold War, but is directly tied to the 1986 flashbacks in Black Ops 2, the aftermath of which has left our heroes in dire circumstances.
Something you should see.
Black Ops 6 blends the rich and gritty history of previous franchise titles with bold new characters, with veteran Frank Woods as our through line in our story. In this new chapter, we see a different side of Woods following his traumatic injury at the hands of Raul Menendez. He's been pulled from the field as he adjusts to a new role.
Yeah, I hope
within
it's
the
longer as
CIA,
well.
often behind a desk or on the other end of a radio. His protege is Troy Marshall, who's been making a name for himself in the field. Marshall is a reluctant leader driven by a strong moral compass. Marshall and Woods are working with another new face in Black Ops 6, CIA handler Jane Harrow. She's a born leader, fearless and brilliant, and helps manage their relationships within the agency. Woods' ability to operate in the shadows has always been hugely valuable to the CIA, whether they want to admit it or not. And Marshall has the ability to make tough calls in the field, ones that Harrow trusts him to make. But when an operation
All
goes
background
wrong, Woods and
story
Marshall
stuff,
are
Chad. I know
suspended
most people
and
aren't
ultimately
hardcore
forced
interested
to go
in
rogue.
lore,
They soon
but
realize they have to trust each other.
we'll get to the
bottom
multiplayer
of
here
what's going
soon.
on. Without any of their usual resources, they have to build their own team, recruiting two exciting new characters in Felix Newman, a technical genius, and Savati Dumas, a mysterious assassin. With the end of the Cold War, these former enemies have become new allies. And with the sudden return of notorious operative Russell Adler, who'd gone missing for months, a former ally may have become a new enemy.
For the Black Ops single-player campaign, we prioritized mission variety and unique experiences. Our goal was to offer players a wide variety of mission types.
Amos is buff?
each
Probably
crafted
not.
From the ground up. One moment, you'll be storming a palace. The next, you'll be pulling off a heist at a casino. We aim to take players all over the world and immerse them in vastly different experiences. Within these missions, we wanted gameplay to unfold.
No, I think
in
it'll be
multiple ways,
implemented.
giving players the freedom to navigate through them as they see
dive
fit.
assist for wheelchairs.
Where we have different combat styles, we also have conversation opportunities where you can talk, barter, and manipulate your way into different experiences.
The series is in a good spot. It doesn't need reinvigorating, but it probably will. You'll see the movement. Don't worry.
We are excited to offer a variety of different enemy types in the campaign. The goal was to provide different challenges for the player. So whether they choose to go in guns blazing or take a stealthier approach.
Line them up right, you can take them both down with one shot. Nice and quiet.
We've continued to push
Campaign,
all that's possible
so
in terms of how our enemy combatants behave.
They're trying to show
Your enemies will be
specific
relentless,
things. Just
constantly
wait,
seeking to
chat.
outmaneuver
It's
you
gonna
throughout
only
the
get better.
levels. They'll cut off escape routes, push on players' location.
A lot of the
forcing
gameplay we
things
saw,
under
I'm like,
feet.
why is these dudes hip firing
We've
everything?
created certain missions where we
ADS,
give you a
damn it!
high-level objective and a variety of ways to approach that objective.
You can see the guns
One
though.
mission in particular takes place in a vast desert in Iraq. You and your team are hunting down missile launchers with the SAS. It's one of the largest campaign maps that we've ever created.
Look alive, people! They know we're coming!
There's gonna be tax spring, yeah.
You'll find that some of our destinations have a startling contrast in look and feel as well. We have a mission that takes place in an opulent casino in Southern Europe. It's unlike any past mission in Call of Duty. And what the player does in this space is totally unexpected. And another one of our missions we have set in the harsh tundra of northern Russia.
We don't know anything about Warzone.
We are excited to
In
offer
multiplayer,
great
there's no
brand new
backpacks.
equipment, as well as some favorites from the Black Ops universe. RCXD, Tranquilizer Trap, Adrenaline Stim, Homing Knife.
The knife is fucking crazy. Yeah, hopefully they show the clip with the knife, because the knife is freaking crazy.
The campaign is grounded within an expanded campaign hub called the Safe House. You might remember we also had that in Black Ops Cold War. But this time, we wanted to think a little bit more broadly about the environment. We chose to have our team's hub located in a more naturalistic setting. So, it's in an abandoned manor by an ocean cliffside. What's most unique is that it used to be a KGB black site, which was operational during the 50s and 60s. This brings a lot of intrigue to the safe house and will allow players to explore.
I played it.
And
I played
discover secrets from the
it's the
past.
pre-alpha or whatever
The
I
team
played.
is also bringing back the evidence board, which is still the centerpiece of the safe house experience, but with brand new upgrades. Players can view the campaign outline, gain deeper insights into missions, and analyze evidence collected throughout missions.
Okay.
Capture.
Okay, the attacker comes in.
I'll go. 3, 2, 1, go!
That's crazy. They have to actually mocap it that way, huh?
I think we got it.
Oh, here it is, chat.
With Black Ops 6, our goal is to create a more connected experience that keeps players
The crazy
immersed
shit.
across every single mode. We've pushed ourselves at every corner to innovate and craft the most signature Black Ops experience for our players. Movement has been a consistent area of focus and innovation for Call of Duty. And with Black Ops 6, we're redefining movement across the entire game.
Yeah, right.
For the first time ever, players can sprint in any direction and move like a true Black Ops action hero with an entirely new global system we call Omni Movement. This unlocks the ability to move like never before and seamlessly chain combat maneuvers like slide, dive, and our enhanced supine prone in full 360 degrees range of motion.
From the beginning, we started with, you can't do this thing, why? And then realized people actually move that way. What happens if we get rid of that construct? And then instantly it opened up like, oh, if you can sprint in any direction, then you can dive in any direction, you could slide in any direction, which then led to
So
all the
fast.
on the ground movement and everything else chaining together.
I don't think there's tax
It's really been
stands.
something that changes how you think and play the game, whether it's campaign, MP, or zombies. We
Yeah,
truly
bot's
believe
gonna hate
once you
that.
experience Omni
Rip
movement,
X
there's no
Defiant,
going
yeah.
back.
It's funny. You can actually do that in MP too.
We also have what we're calling intelligent movement, which is a set of features that drastically reduces how many buttons or keys you're pressing to perform various movements. These can be enabled in player options, and they're broken down into 3 categories: sprint assist, mantle assist, and crouch assist.
Like, obviously, if you're a skilled player, you'll probably have most of them off, so you can do them on your own. But literally, you don't need to press anything. You just press forward and it does that.
On what they want to do.
That's for more like depends on what things you have problem with.
Every player, regardless of skill
You can shoot
level
while
or
diving,
input
yes.
or experience with Call of Duty, to be able to engage with Omni movement and live out their own action hero fantasy in Black Ops 6. We looked at other genres like racing games where they have these great
Yeah, that's an
assist
accessibility
settings
thing.
that can be turned on and off. Things like traction control or assisted braking. And we really love the idea of taking that thinking and applying it to our own movement options. I don't think this is a one-size-fits-all thing, and I encourage players to play around with combos of these settings to really dial in their preferred setup.
I don't think you care about
Hit
tax
zones are
sprint
regions on
reset.
character that react when taking
Oh,
damage
this
or
is cool
dying.
too.
In past games, we've only had 4 regions. For Black Ops 6, we've actually increased that to 9 regions.
This isn't
So
for
now
hit
we can
markers. This
determine
is
if
for
that
death
enemy was shot in their
animations.
left leg or
Chat.
right leg,
This is
and then
death
we'll play a
animations.
bespoke death animation depending on that location that they were hit. So world connectivity is this concept that players' movement and reactions are connected to the world based on their choices. A great example that really shines is a global feature we call corner slicing, where as you round a corner or go through
This
a
is
doorway,
actually cool too.
Your weapon's going to dynamically
It automatically
rotate in the direction that you're rounding that corner. And since it's dynamic, it'll be a bit more dramatic if you're slowly clearing a room, but won't affect you at all if you're barreling full speed around that same corner.
It works really
We're
well.
constantly looking for opportunities to set the bar
Yeah, Treyarch
with
cooked.
movement and animations in Black Ops 6.
Take cover!
Our team is super thrilled to show you the best looking characters that we've done.
Oh, they're gonna show the hands. This shit looks
Through our process of
crazy.
photogrammetry, gear was acquired, scanned, and incorporated onto each of our operatives. For our faces, a dynamic real-time analysis of spontaneous performances was captured and processed to make every emotional, impactful moment true to actual life. We made sure to have special attention to the cuticles and make sure that they don't look like they're just freshly cut. There's dirt in between their nails, the oils on their palms as they're sweaty and running through situations that they're in. We're paying attention to every detail.
About to tank my FPS.
I'm most excited
Probably.
about is the number of new weapons from the era that we've added, which
12.
includes many that are brand new to the franchise. Our heroes are rogue operatives, and they operate outside the normal playbook. That means they're procuring gear by any means necessary, and it allowed us to pull a
Look at
unique
the
mix of
hands. It's just
weapons.
ridiculous how good they look.
We made sure to deliver dozens of unique attachments for every gun, and this allows the players to create a weapon to match any playstyle that you can imagine, all while maintaining the feel and tone of the era.
No, no, Mikey, they don't. Anti-cheat doesn't need much of a rework boosted.
Drive for
Anti-cheat works quite
real
well.
and hyper-real, but we want to ground our effects in realism. We find real-world reference so that we can match that motion, the weight, the timing, then riff off of that and create that hyper-real look that everybody has come to know and love from Call of Duty.
Boom. HUD's cool
the
too.
Black Ops 6 user experience is all about focusing players on what they need when they need it. And our in-game HUD is no different.
Unless you're a shitter,
From
the
minimap
anti-cheat
to
doesn't
the
work if you're a
widgets to
shitter.
in-game notifications, the Black Ops 6 HUD combines some of our best designs in a clean, streamlined experience. For the first time in Call of Duty, players will be able to change their HUD in dramatic ways to suit their needs. For instance, streamers can choose a layout optimized for their setup, or maybe you want your HUD centered so you don't have to look away. Want to play hardcore anywhere, or finally put the minimap in the bottom left? Those are options as well. Not only does the HUD give players important status, it connects them to the world and helps them feel rewarded for being awesome. As players track that elusive challenge or target their next level unlock, Black Ops 6
Look at that
delivers
movement,
an
bro.
end-to-end experience from the lobby into combat and back,
Create a class.
where player progress and achievement are celebrated in a big way.
Oh, here he is. Prestige is back.
Development, we set a goal to make leveling and XP matter more than ever. Looking back through the Call of Duty and Black Ops catalog, there's a lot of love, both internally at
Classic
Treyarch and that we see
Prestige
in our community for how we used to handle Prestige. Traditional Prestige is back in Call of Duty with Black Ops 6. We've pulled the best of the best from past Call of Duty Prestige systems and are going bigger and more rewarding than ever.
That shit's gross.
Players who
Huh?
reach
He
max
dove
player
off
level
that
will have the
shotgun.
choice to enter
Broken.
Prestige, start fresh with relocked gear, and go through the leveling journey again. Black Ops 6 will have 10 Prestiges, each with a valuable set of rewards to earn and equip to peak up your stats.
We'll see you next
Players
week,
who make
Henry.
it through Prestige 10 aren't done. Instead, they'll graduate into Prestige Master with 1,000 additional levels to climb through and a classified reward to uncover for anyone dedicated enough to make it all the way to the end. The full Prestige system is available on day one in Black Ops 6.
Bro.
We
Oh,
know
we're
how
talk
many
about
of
the
our
creative
players
class.
Look forward to multiplayer, and we will be providing a deep dive on it later in the year. For now, here's some insight into our development of Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Our vision since day one has been to craft an approachable and engaging step change of that signature Black Ops multiplayer experience.
Yeah, none of that 500 level
We focus on
nonsense.
supporting 3 core playstyles for launch. Enforcers are the slayers who like to kill and stay on the move. Recon is all about intel and counter-intel play. And strategists are support players who throw their bodies at objectives for
That
the win,
mechanic where you can see them
or
through the
focus on
walls is
taking out
only when
enemy
you
score
spawn
streaks
in.
for the team. All
It's
of our
a bonus
weapons, gear,
perk.
and gadgets in multiplayer have been intentionally designed through that lens of supporting these play styles. And of course, it wouldn't be a Black Ops game if you can't relive those action hero moments in theater mode, which we're happy to announce is returning with Black Ops 6. Now I said we're only getting a taste of MP today, but of course that means you're gonna get some early details on maps.
They are cooking, huh, with this presentation.
We will be launching with 16 all-new MP maps. We've got 12 core 6v6 and 4 strike maps, which can be played as 6v6 or 2v2.
They don't usually know about a
What do
nuke
we
until the
know
game
that they
comes
want?
out.
So we're back to our classic 3-lane maps. We've got fast, frenetic experiences, and we have that balance with more
All new.
medium-sized,
No
like,
dupes.
better for hardcore
No old, no
pacing,
remastered,
keep the
no
action
remake.
flowing, but still have meaningful decisions for the player to make. The maps have their own stories.
Yeah, RIP Ground War.
And we have multiplayer taking place after the campaign, after you finish it. So don't want to get into too many spoilers there, but you'll experience some of those locations through the multiplayer lens.
No, shipment will come back or.
We covered a lot today, but couldn't leave you
not
without
shipment.
giving you just one more thing.
Oh, there's zombies. I think Nuketown will be there but after
Ground-based
like a
zombies
first
is
month.
back, and we're picking up the Dark Aether storyline where we left it. We're excited to announce that there will be 2 brand new maps available at launch, with a curated mix of fan favorite features and new elements to discover. For those new to zombies, it's our unique take on the cooperative horde mode, where every map is packed full of powerful weapons and upgrades, deadly enemies, and tons of secrets to uncover. The legacy of zombies is incredibly important to Treyarch, and we are so proud of what the mode is bringing to players in Black Ops 6. As you've heard today, the innovations in movement systems will also be coming to zombies. Plus, there are many additional zombie-specific features, both new and returning. This is going to be a truly epic return for round-based zombies. Be on the lookout for more intel coming later this year.
Steph interviewed AB Mark.
Oh, this is about
now,
the.
I know we only gave you a little taste of multiplayer here today, so make sure to mark your calendars for our worldwide multiplayer reveal event at Call of Duty Next, on August 28th.
August 28th.
Make sure to stay tuned for details and watch your favorite streamers get hands-on.
Oh, that means that August 29th will probably be the beta.
And feel Omni movement for yourself. We'll be sharing so much more about Black Ops 6 in the coming months and look forward to seeing your
I should be invited,
and your
most
feedback
likely.
from our open beta
This is them
coming up
announcing
this
it.
fall and into launch. And it's not just about
I live
launch,
locally,
because
I
the
just
team's
drive.
already focused on delivering a ton of content in the live seasons, which we'll be sharing more about. Am I allowed to talk about Warzone yet?
No.
Our goal on Black Ops 6 was, and still is, to make something that is the best work we've ever done,
It's funny.
and frankly, the most fun to play. To do that, we deconstructed all of our gameplay,
I'm
our
glad you guys are
systems, and
hyped,
content
chat.
plans, and repeatedly
I was a little
asked how
nervous.
something
People
could
would
be
think
better.
that the movement
In
was
some cases, that
too
led us to
much.
huge innovations like Omni movement, where we're now allowing players to move how real people and operators move. In other cases, it led us back to some of our classic systems like Prestige, then taking that classic system through the ringer and making updates and improvements. Across our weapons, gear, operators, maps, and more, a huge push has been to hit the highest visual and audio.
I think it's gonna feel like
possible.
Jetpack without a
The
jetpack.
campaign tells an all-new
Look at
Black
that.
Ops
Look at that
story where you're
shit.
forced
What
to
the
go rogue
hell?
and are being hunted by the teams that trained you. On top of that,
They
the
don't
team's really
miss.
focused on mission
Thank you,
and
OG.
engagement variety. Multiplayer is a key ingredient in the DNA of Black Ops, and hopefully, in the sneak peek, it was clear that every single part of the MP game loop will be improved and better than ever, from movement, to shooting, to footsteps, to engagement systems, to death. And last but definitely not least, the triumphant return of round-based zombies. There is so much more to share across all 3 game modes before the game officially launches on October 25th. On behalf of the entire team, we can't wait for you to play Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
He broke that dude's neck on the door frame. Yeah, they don't disappoint. Yerp. That's it. Pre-order the Vault Edition and get Hunters versus Hunted Operator Packs, Mastercraft Weapon Collection, Battle Pass, Black Sale, and more. That's it.